Hello. I don't know when I'm live, so hello. Alright, if you can let me know when I am live, that would be great. Let me know when I am live, that would be great. Alright. How's everybody doing? I'm Andrew. This is Dark Age Growing, and I hope everybody is doing well. So I'm hiding in the shade a little bit today. It's in the 80s. Awesome, good. Glad it sounds good. A little bit hiding in the shade still today for a couple minutes, then we'll head over to the garden bed and I'll show you how I would go about planting up some carrots during the summertime, as well as some pole beans, because it's still early enough, at least here in zone 8, to run a batch of pole beans. So, while we're waiting for more people to show up, I thought I'd go over what all goes into the monthly bags, or the monthly packages, and through my website I have a subscription package that I send out every month. I have a couple people signed up right now, and I want to give a preview of some of the things that go into some of the value that you'd get if you were in the subscription package plan. So in your first month, you get a pen. Hey there, how's it going? You get a pen with some marking tags in the first month. In all the follow-up months, you get 10 marking tags to go along with your package. For August, in the warmer package, that's the one that I'm kind of showing right now, and some of these will carry over to a cooler package. Get a pack of Nancy's carrot seeds, package of summer squash, because over here in zones 7 or hotter, you can still run a batch of summer squash. Going into the later parts of August, you can be getting your lettuce going. The earlier parts of August, you can get some broccoli still planted up. Earlier parts of August, you can get your cucumbers in still, and turnips anytime in August, going into September for most of the zone 7 to 10. So smile, Jerusalem artichoke for sure. Right now it's on pre-order. I have it up on my website. You can buy it in half pound, 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound increments, and yeah, that's all on the website now. So darkagegrowing.net, and it's on the website as a pre-order. They don't ship out till when I get a first frost, or in, I'd like to say October, is when they'll ship out. And I will also include in a in the $10 mark package of the monthly plan. It's just seeds and tags. In the $15 plan, I would include a plant start several months of the year. So we would get um, garlic in October, and going into the spring, I'd be going for Jerusalem artichoke. Like a half pound of Jerusalem artichoke would go into the monthly plan in the spring. Is it possible to buy it if we're outside the U.S.? Unfortunately, no. Not for me. I haven't been able to make it possible with customs and stuff like that. Even people that normally can sell seeds outside of the U.S. are having some issues, or buying seeds from outside the U.S. they're having issues. And with the new, well, I guess I can go into this right now. I guess there is seeds coming in from China that has made the news recently. They're being labeled as something else. They're coming into the States, and they're sneaking in past customs by labeling them jewelry and things like that. They are a noxious weed. They are real seeds. They will grow. But no, customs has been really cracking down on seeds going in and out of the U.S. There are still companies that are able to do it. I haven't gone into that yet. The last thing that'll also be included in $10 mark is a long-term storage pack for seeds that you don't use up this year. You can pop them into the bag. It's a heavy-duty plastic with a strong zipper. You can drop seed packets in. Still see what you got in there from one side. The other side is a mylar. Has an expanding bottom, and right there is a little moisture absorber that'll help you keep your seeds viable and not get moisture in it during the time that it's stored for long term. It can be sealed up, and the type of material that it is, you can even, if they're really not going to get into it for a long time, you can hit it with a heat seal and close it up for long term storage by sealing this edge with heat, just like any type of bag that you would use with a vacuum sealer. I'm working on getting my kale seeds up on the website. Right now I've got a I don't know if you can even read that, but dwarf blue curled Scotch kale, and I also put up a champion collards. So those are great for planting right now or going into the fall. They like the cooler weather. Let's see here. Some of the other things that are great to be planted right now, I love planting in summertime going into the fall because you actually have less pest problems. So some of the things that in zone 7 and 8 or even warmer can be planted right now would be kale, carrots, turnips, beets, lettuce would be something to plant a little bit later on. Hey Melody, how's it going? Glad you can make it. Broccoli and cauliflower, those would be something you'd want to get started right away, and possibly even get them started inside and move them outdoors. They don't like to start in the heat, and they really like to stay moist while they're just getting their roots going. Things like chard can be grown now into the fall. Arugula, for a short crop, it can be grown now. They like more shade during to keep them out of the heat of the sun. Peas would be something I would start probably in late August, going into September for most of the country. Beans can be planted right now through August for large parts of the country. If you're in Zone 6, you might go for just the bush variety, the short season bush variety, like the contender would be a good short season bush variety. Do I have comfrey seeds? I don't. Well, I bought some for myself. I haven't been able to get quantities of them yet. I want to. The other one that I am selling and I have quantities of is moringa. I'm gonna have to make a how to germinate moringa seeds video here in the next couple days, because it is actually tough to germinate. I've managed to do it. Some of the people that have bought them from me haven't, so I want to make sure that I get them the information they need to be able to germinate it, because it's a popular item and a lot of people are buying it. I find that I have to roll it up in a damp paper cloth, paper towel, in a plastic bag and keep it in a really warm location. Mine, I checked the temperature on the package when it was germinating. It was 90 degrees. So in a window, maybe have in the plastic bag inside of a paper bag so that it's not in direct light. But yeah, they have to be really warm. So I'll get a short video out about how to start moringa seeds soon. Last things that I would start right now would be really short season sweet corn and summer squash. You can get, like I was saying earlier, you can get any of the types of summer squashes going right now, and your cucumbers, your yellow squashes, those types of things will be able to produce still right now. So I have my video for the potato harvest done. It'll go up on Tuesday. I'm actually going to show you the bed where I pulled it from, and I'm going to plant up some carrots into that bed now, I think. So just give me a minute while I move over there. The Loyal Grow Show. You are a gardener, the Loyal Grow Show. Awesome. You have comfrey seeds. That's cool. That's cool. Let me see if I can adjust my tripod so that you can see where I'm going to be planting. Yeah, there we go. That's about what I'm going to do. So real quick, this was the remainders of my potato harvest. Gonna go into my compost pile. Okay, sorry about that. Howdy, Deb. Alright. Let's see here. So this bed is pretty soft already. Just gonna check it over one more time. Make sure and loosen it back up. I'm gonna be going in here with my carrot seeds. Take out any extra rocks. Right. It's a little bit dry. Probably should have wet it down before now, but been busy. Give everything a little bit of water. So the thing that's different about planting in the summertime from the spring is that the soil dries out a lot faster. And with carrots, you can't let them dry out. So what I'm going to end up doing after the seeds are planted, I'm actually going to lay a board down over this area. To prevent it from drying out. I'm going to give this area a quick amend. This is all-purpose, granular, organic mix. It's pretty mild. Let's see, so it's a 4-4-4 with added calcium and magnesium. Yeah, it's a 4-4-4 right here. I don't know if you can see that. I just give a little bit to the surface, and I'll work it in. As I'm going. I like to get in and use my hands. They actually find that working in soil, it actually helps you release serotonin, a feel-good drug. It's not the dopamine rush that you get when you're feeling like you're addicted to eating potato chips or something, but it's a feel-good receptor. I'm gonna go in here with the little finger, the little fingers. I I forgot to write in the S on fingers. And for this bed, I'm not going to try to make pretty rows of carrots, and I'm going to be overplanting. But I just kind of sprinkle it onto the soil surface. The area that I'm covering in seed is probably 3 foot by 5 foot. And that's about the size packet that, or the amount of area that I would expect a little packet of seed to cover when I sell these on the website. I actually put more in this baggie than what I needed, probably even. And I'm just going to lightly work the soil back and forth across them. Like I said, I'm not worried about exact spacing. I'll go back through and thin them as I go, as they come up. No. Water them back in. And then we just grab the board to throw down on top of that, and that bed is planted for this fall, full of carrots. Okay, so change of plans. I ended up with cardboard. Cardboard will do the same thing. It'll keep the moisture into the bed. And I just have to weigh it down instead of having it be the weight of the board. Lift it up, and water underneath of every other day. With it being a piece of cardboard, it dries out faster than it would if it was a board. Okay, so yeah, somebody was mentioning this, and I didn't think about it when I was putting that one down, the particular fertilizer down. The nitrogen does contribute to hairier carrots. So instead of using a 444 or 111, you might use something that had a lower value on the nitrogen. So you might use a bone meal, which I think is a primarily potash, potassium. I'm actually not good with my fertilizers yet. That's something that I need to work on. But hey, let me get back out of the sun, and I can answer a couple of your guys' questions. Today, I actually have a large pool that I'm working on with my family. I can give a quick glance at that. Whoops. As I knock you guys around. So this over here, it's a large above ground pool that my mother-in-law bought, and yeah, we're in the process of getting it finished off and filling it with water today, so that's what I'll be needing to go off and do here in like 15-20 minutes. But let me go back out to the shade, and we'll finish this up. Finish this up. Okay, so here we are, back in front of my corn. Alright. Fideco seeds in Maine. Interesting. I might have to look at them for my own, for myself. I think I ended up getting my comfrey seeds. I ended up buying them on eBay last year. I haven't got around to planting them. So, I actually didn't come into this episode with any questions written up ahead of time. So if you guys have some questions, let's go ahead and get to those now. Oh, I didn't go plant my beans. But planting beans now versus planting beans some other time, I would just plant them slightly deeper now and make sure to water them really well. Another company to look into, I'm not sure if they have the comfrey seeds or not, Seeds Now. I'll have a link in the description after this. I'm actually affiliated with them, and I know they have a lot larger catalog than what I have, and like I said, I'm affiliated with them. So, whoa, trying to blow me away. If you click through the affiliate link, either on my website or, like I said, in the description after this video, that'll help me out too. Anybody? Oh, yeah. Yeah, crop losses in China. My gosh. That's a topic for another show, but I can touch on it. Yeah, definitely food is going to get more expensive. It's already getting more expensive. Just as a basket, people shopping are seeing it. And I think the price of food here in the United States in June of this year versus June of last year was almost up 10%. And I can only imagine what it's going to be after they really tally the losses from the flooding in China. Extend your season in containers, definitely. Be able to move your plants around to areas that get more sunlight, and then build out some sort of protection, whether that be cloches or cold frames, hoops with visqueen over them, just a thin plastic on hoops in the garden bed, building up into, well, little greenhouses or bigger greenhouses. Anything can help you get a longer crop. That would be the way to go. And yeah, growing things that are able to store now. So growing your peas and your beans, your drying corn. That it's too late to start the drying corn now. The summer squashes, some varieties of summer squash can actually be, or winter squash. I mean, some varieties of winter squash can be grown now. I'd say a smaller sized, smaller sized spaghetti squashes or a acorn squash. Those are potentially could still be planted right now if you're in zone 8 or above. And then for the rest of us, for the rest of the country, buying food, if you can't grow it or you can't grow what you feel like is enough, buy it now and store it. I'll be putting out a lot more videos that are dehydrating, and I'll start doing some canning videos. I have a pressure canner, and I've done it before. Hey, what are some video ideas that you guys are interested in seeing over the next couple of weeks or months? I'll definitely be going into what needs to be done to keep cool weather crops growing in unheated greenhouse, or I might even be able to pull off a heated greenhouse. I'm not sure. I have a hard shell greenhouse up at my grandfather's house. Okay. Pumpkins, yeah, the squash, pumpkin, sunflower, seed are all very tasty and nutritious. Definitely. That's an easy way to store your calories. Those are actually higher calorie, concentrated calories. Smile says, I'm a first-time grower. Any suggestions on perennial crops and definitely making some canning vids? Yeah. yeah, I can go into more perennial crops. One of them that I actually just harvested up at my grandfather's place, and I'll give pictures of it soon, is elephant garlic. Can actually be grown as a perennial crop. The sunchokes, definitely a perennial crop, and in the warmest parts of the country, um, sweet potatoes and even peppers can be grown as perennials. Peppers can be grown as perennials if you keep them in a warm location over winter. Mary Ann says, I'm trying to start with containers, but the heat's killing everything. Can't work a real garden right now, but containers aren't working. Okay, so yeah, the containers. Something you can try with the containers is leaving them in a shallow tray of water. And as the plant needs it, it can actually pull from the moisture that's at the bottom of the container. Also, moving the containers into a semi-shaded area or growing in areas that are well, they receive afternoon sun. Where I'm at right now is it's shaded out after 2 o'clock, and I've got my beans growing over here. Whoops, sorry about the rocking motion. But I've got a bunch of beans growing over here, and I'm even trying some corn over here. And these are some sweet potatoes that I got started a while ago. Sweet potatoes, they are a slow to start. Oops, we weren't able to see that. But the sweet potatoes, they're slow to start growing, and then they do need about 120 days before frost. This is a longer season corn, same thing. These beans over here are a semi-bush, and they really only need 70 days, so they can even be started right now, and they like part shade, especially in the hotter climates or the areas that are extremely warm. Okay, oops, let's see here. Leon, somebody has videos of self-wicking tubs, buckets. Yep, easy to set up, exactly. You would have the moisture at the bottom of the bucket, bin, in some sort of tray, and then you just have to fill in the tray when it's dry. And there's layers of material. Alright, so let's see here. We gotta look down to see what these ones are saying. Enriched Refuge says, my brother is planning to travel from North Carolina in September or October to help me build a glass window greenhouse. Awesome! I have 3 antique windows from my 1930s home that I've been collecting windows for. That's cool. So they're a little bit tricky. The glass window greenhouses can be a little tricky. You have to make sure that it's big enough that it's not going to overheat. That's the thing about glass, is it lets in a lot of heat. It'll let in or let out quite a bit of the heat during the night too. So you'll want to make sure that you have during the summertime, if you use it during the summertime, you'll want to use some shade cloth or something like that to help your plants not get scorched. During the wintertime, you might want to work with some barrels of water in the middle of it. Use it as a heat sink. There we go. Some sort of water in a dark container or a bunch of rocks to help you keep it going throughout the winter and keep the heat in over a longer period of time through the night without having to run as much heaters. I don't know if you're going to run a heater in that type of greenhouse, but I would imagine you'd have to. Yeah. Gardening with Leon has tutorial vids on container gardening. Okay, so gardening with Leon. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Well, it is 4:40 my time. I can answer probably two more questions if anybody's got a pressing question they really want to answer right now. If not, after this video is finished, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. Yeah, so this week I have a potato harvest that I've done. I'm going to put out a vid. It's a real simple vid showing what's growing at my grandfather's house, and okay, we have sweet potato starts climbing up our window. Ooh, when do we plant them outside in zone 6A? Well, if they are doing well, I would definitely get them out now, and you'll probably have to give them some protection at the end of the season in zone 6A. When do you think your frost date is? I don't know that one right off the top of my head. Early October? You've got from now till early October for a first frost. That would be, I think you have enough time to still plant them out, and you might just have to give the center part of the plant some protection. If not, still definitely get it outside now. Get it as much sun as you can, and be working on harvesting leaves off of it, because sweet potatoes are an awesome crop for growing as a summer green, even if you can't get full-size sweet potatoes out of it. Illinois. Lots of information in master publications list. Many are free. NCATATTRA. Okay, has a great web page. I haven't heard of them. I will. I'll look into that. And Illinois, yeah. So yeah, I would say that the yeah. So Smile is in Illinois. Let me look at it real quick. 6A frost date. Last frost. So yeah, your last frosts were in May, and your first frost dates. Yep. Okay. Cool. So yeah, early October. Yeah, I think that you've still got enough time. August, September. You've got 60 days. 60 to 90 days. You're probably going to be pushing it, but definitely try putting them out in the garden and see what you can do with it. If at any point you look like you're going to get your frost, I would put something like a garbage can over them, or a plastic container that can just be the little barrier between your plants and the outside world. move as much of the greens inside of the plant of a container or a tunnel of some sort that'll protect it against the frost. And you might still be able to get sweet potatoes. I'm pretty close to the same boat. I mean, I'm actually zone 8, and our frost date is usually late October or into November. I think our frost date is in November, and I'm actually pushing it with the size of sweet potatoes that I've got out here. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Well, hey, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will have. I'm not gonna promise anything. I plan on having a video up Tuesday and Thursday. I've been trying to get the videos up Tuesday and Thursday, and this week I actually have 2 videos ready to go. So I should have them up Tuesday, Thursday, and another live stream on Saturday. In the comments down below this video, make sure to let me know if there's a subject that I should cover in a video in the next couple weeks, and maybe even let me know if there's a subject that you'd like for the first half of the live stream next week. That'd be cool. We can talk on grand solar minimum or more on the food shortages, crop losses, and who knows, maybe locusts. Definitely stay well, stay safe, have a good one, and I will catch you all next week.